What is up, everybody? Happy New Year's to y'all. My name is John Clemens from the 310, and I'm going to open the new year by making a video talking about politics. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to bring this old channel back to talk about, like, current events, you know what I'm saying? Politics, social justice topics, and all that, because like you see my videos from 5 years ago, I was talking about this stuff, like how much like social justice type shit was a problem. And Dave Rubin is a similar type of liberal to where I was, where basically, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we agreed with gay marriage, we agreed with, like, universal health care, we agreed with, like, decriminalizing drugs, you know what I'm saying? Like, civil liberty type stuff, you know what I'm saying? But the left has gotten a lot more authoritarian in the last 5 years. And he's saying 2020 will be the implosion of the intersectional socialists, and I think that's a bit BS because they're really neoliberals. There's this neoliberals who are playing like a swindle game using intersectional politics because it doesn't affect their bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just talk about gay marriage doesn't affect their bottom line. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to talk about economic issues. They want to focus on cultural issues as a distraction. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, before Trump got elected, I mean, Democrats and Republicans were basically the same on most issues, except for when it comes to gay marriage and abortion, which the Democrats took advantage of, pushed it to the left, and being, you know what I'm saying, being pro-life and being pro-gun, with Republicans pushed it to the right, but everything else was pretty much the same. You know what I'm saying? The big bang, you know what I'm saying? The big banks. I mean, like, man, it's basically like taking care of the big banks, you know what I'm saying? Taking care of the military industrial complex. You know what I'm saying? They were similar in most economic and foreign policy issues. But Trump broke all that up, and basically the left is gone mad after 2016. So yeah, he says it's going to be the end of the intersectional left, and yeah, I don't think it's going to be the end of the intersectional left. They're still going to be around because the grift makes too much money, but I got a feeling they're going to be less influential, and they're doing everything they can to censor the opposition to their ideas. It doesn't matter if they come from the left or they come from the right. The establishment is, yeah, they're going Molon Lab to censor everything for the 2020 election. It's going to be wild. And he says it's going to be a new alliance of conservatives, libertarians, Trump supporter. I call bullshit on that. I don't think Trump is the worst thing in the world. Like, I'm not really a supporter of the guy. Like, I don't support a lot of his ideas. And the thing is, Trump doesn't have that much, doesn't seem to have that much loyalty to folks. You know what I'm saying? Especially the way he treated Julian Assange. You know what I'm saying? Like, he mentioned WikiLeaks a shitload of times during the 2016 election, but then afterwards, it was like, oh man, Julian's not my guy. Nigga, you full of shit. Nigga, you mentioned his name like fucking more than a couple of times on your speech rallies, and now like, oh man, now you're just throwing him on the bus. That's the shit I don't like about Trump. I mean, yeah, a lot of things he does. Yeah, he does tweet a lot of cringe, man. Come on, dude. You're the leader of the free world, and you're just tweeting cringe shit, man. I mean, seriously, man. You get out of hand with that shit a lot. But Trump has done a lot of good things, and he's really exposed how fake the media has been in the last couple of years. He's really exposed it. And I mean, the weirdest part about like the left nowadays is they're aligned with neocon motherfuckers like Bill Kristol. Just because he says, oh, always been bad, always been bad. Oh, and he's like, oh, wow, there's a conservative that doesn't like Trump. Oh, I'm going to retweet this jackass who's the biggest supporter of the Iraq war. Look what's happening now. Iraq is in chaos. I mean, Iran is basically, coming in and coming in and basically trying to influence the country now. Basically, yeah. Saddam getting removed basically led to chaos in Iraq, and I'm an Iraqi war veteran, so I can tell you all that shit firsthand about how big a disaster Iraq was. And it's so out of control to see liberals who used to hate Bill Kristol all of a sudden love him now because he says Orange Man is bad. That him and David Frum, the guy that labeled the axis of evil. Iraq, North Korea, Iran. I mean, to be real with you, Saddam should have stayed in power. I mean, because he kept all of those warring factions in check, but now he's gone. Iraq is a mess, and now we got liberals listening to this effing clown on MSNBC. I mean, seriously. Folks like Bill Kristol in 2020 should not be relevant anymore. He's wrong about everything. He's wrong about literally everything. And look at all these claims. The squad. The Democratic coalition, like Tim Pool will come in for response with Democrats are torn between out of touch corporate centrists and far left. It's true. There's like a schism. There's nothing in common with MSNBC, CNN, mainstream media. Like late night hosts, Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers, Jimmy Kimmel, woo woo woo, and like the far left, like the Bernie left. There's like the establishment mainstream left and the Bernie left. The Bernie lefts are more influenced by Noam Chomsky, and they have their news sources like David Pakman, Kyle Kulinski, Sam Cedar. Let me think. The Progressive Voice, The Ring of Fire. They talk about a whole different subject because most of their focus is more on economic issues more than cultural issues with the identity politics of Democrats. And the strangest thing is, the front runners are old white people. Seriously, the front runners are old white people, and they talk so much about diversity and intersectionality. Yet the front runners are all white people, and the only person of color that showed up in the last debate is Andrew Yang, who I support because he knows why Trump got elected, and it wasn't because of racism. It was because of trade. It was because of lost jobs in the Midwest. It was because of NAFTA. And automation is a part of that. But the Democrats don't want to focus on the real shit. They want to focus on dumb bullshit Russia conspiracies. Oh my God, he got together with Vladimir Putin. Oh, like what the fuck? This is like Cold War McCarthy is bullshit. And like the Bernie left, the Bernie-crats don't really believe in Russiagate, and they're focused more on like the oligarchs. You know what I'm saying? Focused on the 1%, focused on the Jeff Bezos in the world who don't pay federal taxes. Yep, Jeff Bezos is loved by the establishment left. But he owns the Washington Post. So of course they're not going to call out Jeff Bezos for, like not paying his fair share of taxes, you know what I'm saying? It's so weird how Democrats are, man. I live in a Democrat-dominated state, and yeah, I want to tell y'all some real shit about Democrats on my channel, y'all. Yeah, I'm going to be going hard against them. I'm probably going to be shadow banned. I'm probably going to be They don't want this shit getting out. They really don't want this shit getting out. And there's a big schism in the Democratic coalition. There's like a civil war coming between like the establishment and the Bernie-crats. Because if Bernie wins, I got a feeling the business Wall Street Democrats are not going to roll with him. They're probably going to support Trump. Because there's like an article, saying like Wall Street supporters are supporting Trump if Elizabeth Warren becomes the nominee, and she's a lot less progressive than Bernie is. She's actually a neoliberal in a Bernie mask. But yeah, yeah, 2020, man, all this shit's about to come explode, and all this shit started with the Trayvon host. I really recommend watching this movie because all the social justice movement, all the Black Lives Matter shit, all of this shit started with the Trayvon Martin hoax. I really recommend watching this movie. So yeah, I mean, please share this video around. Give me a take. I mean, like, follow me on Twitter, John Clem 310, and it's really good talking to you guys. Peace out.